Now let us see about watershed management. Land area from which water drains under the influence of gravity into stream, lake or reservoirs. Now let us see what is watershed management. The management of rainfall and resultant runoff. That is referred as the watershed management. Now let us see some of the factors affecting the watershed. Let us see one by one. What are they? First one is the uncontrolled, unplanned and unscientific land use activities. The second one is the overgrazing, mining, deforestation and construction activities. Droughty climate. These are the factors affecting the watershed management. Now let us see the objective of watershed management. The first one is to minimize the flood risk, landslides and droughts, and also to improve the economy of the rural areas, and also domestic water supply, irrigation and power generation, employment opportunities in rural areas, afforestation, and also to raise the groundwater level. These are the main objective of watershed management. Now let us see the watershed management techniques. First one, trenches. These are the dug at equilateral to improve the groundwater storage. Second one is the earthen dam. To check the runoff water, earthen must be constructed in the catchment area. The third one is the farm bond. A farm bond can be built to improve water storage capacity of the catchment area. The fourth one is the underground barriers. Underground barriers should be built along the nullas to raise the water table. Now let us see the maintenance of watershed. First one, we are going to see about what is water harvesting. Proper storage of water which can be used in dry seasons in low rainfall areas. Afforestation or agroforestry. It helps to prevent the soil erosion and retention of moisture in watershed areas. Reducing soil erosion. Terracing, funding, strip cropping are used to minimize the soil erosion. Scientific mining and quarrying. Improper mining distributed the stability of hills. Improper mining disturbed the stability of hills. Planting, soil binding plants, counter trenching at 1 meter interval are recommended for minimizing the destructive effects of mining in watershed areas. Now let us see the public participation. People's cooperation and participation is essential for watershed management. People must be motivated for productive, freshly planted area. People should follow the water harvesting method implemented by the government so we can conserve the water. Next, minimizing livestock population. The livestock population present in the surrounding village of the watershed should be reduced. Now let us see what is resettlement and rehabilitation of people. Causes of displacement of people. Due to developmental activities, the peoples are displacing from one place to another place. Let us see what are the developmental activities. First one is the construction of dam, road, mines, airports, ports, urban expansion. For all these reasons, people are moving from one place to another place. These activities causes large scale displacement of people. Peoples lost their traditional occupation and profession when they moved to other places. Now let us see what are the dams are available in India. Hirakan Dam. It displaced more than 20,000 people residing in about 250 villages. Second one is the Cherry Dam. It displaced more than 10,000 residents. Second one, due to disaster, more number of people displaced from one place to another place. In the disaster there will be two types. One is the natural disaster, another one is the man-made disaster. First, let us see the natural disaster. The disaster generated by the natural phenomena is referred as the natural disaster, like cyclone, flood, landslides, earthquake. For all these reasons, people moving from or displaced or evacuating from one place to another place. Second one is the man-made disaster. Resulting from man-made hazards, there will be creation of the disaster like accident, pollution, fire. Due to that, the peoples are moving one place to another place. Third one is the due to conservation initiative. This include creation of national park, sanctuary, forest reserve, biosphere reserve. For that reason, peoples are moving from or evacuating from one place to another place. Now let us see about the resettlement, relocation or displacement of human population. This process does not focus on their future welfare. Now let us see the rehabilitation. The rehabilitation means make the system to work again is referred as the rehabilitation, and also allowing the system to work naturally without any disturbance or without any influence. And we are replacing the lost economy, and then we are safeguard the employment and also provide safe land for building, and then restore social service, and then repair damaged infrastructure. These are referred as the rehabilitation. Now let us see what are the issues come under the rehabilitation. Most of the displacement due to developmental activities by the government. The second one is the land requirement by the government, or else the Land Acquisition Act 1897. For this purpose, there will be a displacement. The government send notice to the people to vacate their land, and also provision of cash compensation to the displaced people. When we do rehabilitation, these issues we have to face over there. Now let us see the rehabilitation policy. Before starting the project, damaging and suffering chances should be analyzed before starting the project, or before we are going for the rehabilitation. We have to analyze the damaging, suffering chances, and also before the commencement of work, all affected people should be rehabilitated, and also people should be rehabilitated in adjacent area. Rehabilitation should balance the development of peoples. Beneficiary of the project should share the development of the rehabilitation.